Welcome to another edition of our feature on Canada. In the previous one, we had two different provinces of Canada which were dealing in pulses and other grains, canola oil. And in this section, we have two gentlemen who are from a different region of Canada, one from Quebec and one from Ontario. So let me introduce to you, of course, before I forget, I will thank the Canadian High Commission for organizing this for us. And Sir Louis Philippe, or
Yes.
do I call you Louis Philippe?
Louis Philippe, perfect.
Louis
Yes.
Philippe, okay. So you are from the French-speaking part of Canada, which is the Quebec area, right?
Absolutely. Quebec is first language is French, but it's really a bilingual province. So if anyone is thinking of going to Quebec as a tourist or for business, they could go around by speaking English. It's absolutely no
Okay.
problem, but it's
Yes.
absolutely distinct in the way that first language is French.
Okay. And Sir Gurdeep Singh, you are from the Ontario.
Yes.
Yeah, the Ontario part of. I'll start with you first. Now, what are the products you're trying to promote here at AHAR 2016?
Well, Ontario has been basically coming to AHAR for last 3 years now, and our focus has been primarily on the packaged food as such. Our strength is on the packaged food, and we have got 3,000 manufacturers, I would say, established in GTA. That's the Greater Toronto area as such.
Okay.
And our total, I would say, production, I would say, on the export side is around $14 billion.
Okay.
And 80% goes into America as such, and 2 billion goes into other Asian markets as such.
Okay.
So our focus would be primarily, I would say, get to packaged food into Indian market. I would say health and wellness products as such, gluten-free products, organic products as such, which have a good demand, I would say, with the health-conscious people in India.
Yeah.
So we are trying to work with number of importers in the country now, and getting all, I would say, the products into the Indian market. And some of the products are available, I would say, at Gordon Nature Basket, I would say at Spencer's, and even I would say Metro, I would say the supermarket. So some products are available as such.
So Louis, you tell me what are the products from your region, from your Quebec region, which you're trying to promote here in India?
Province of Quebec has a very diversified range of products. So it can go from seafood, maple syrup, small fruits like blueberries or cranberries, but also, and I'd say mostly processed food, as my colleague from Ontario said. So could be energy bars or any type of products. We have high quality with good traceability and price competitive products.
Okay.
Here in India, we're still trying to grow the business for these types of products. We see good opportunity in quite wide range, but cranberries and maple syrup as a first step seems to have a very good response from Indian buyers.
Okay, so cranberries like processed, and it's got it has a longer shelf life. What about your cranberry? I'm talking about the maple syrup. But the cranberry, is it fresh cranberry that you're bringing in, or is it again canned or?
Well, dry cranberries,
Dried
mostly,
ones,
yes.
okay. Because you'll agree that in the last few years the modern retail has really come of age in India, and also the logistics supporting the modern retail also has getting better. So probably even fresh produce could, as you were mentioning, Gurdeep, about the apples.
Yes.
So how does this help you in that?
Well, I would say we opened the market for fresh apples from Ontario, I would say 4 years back. And we could see there's a good demand, I would say, apples coming from Ontario. And we've been able to work with a number of importers in the country now. And it is expanding. I would say every year we are getting orders coming in from importers from India.
Yeah.
And I would say we're trying to promote other varieties of apples also, besides Red Delicious.
Okay.
And that's our core area. I would say we're working on that also.
Got it. So I'll repeat my question. Like for example, the logistics bit, the cold chain and the rest of the chain which supports it. Imports, the customs. How do you see that changing in the last 4 years?
I would say because in last few years, a lot of things have changed over here because now the reefer containers are moving into the country, I would say. Because people who are importing a container into Mumbai, they take the reefer to, I would say, like Hyderabad, I would say, even to Bangalore, etc. in reefer trucks. So earlier, I would say it used to go in dry, I would say, trucks. But things have changed, I would say, in the last 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
And I think it is good for the country, I would say, because logistics have to be better if you want to serve it in a proper way.
Correct. And it helps everybody.
Yes,
actually.
because the product should reach in the right quality to the customer. So that's a major thing. Because anything which you are importing after paying custom duty as such, if the product doesn't reach the, I would say, with the consumer with high quality, There's of no use then.
And especially premium products,
Yes.
where you are paying top dollar, top rupee for it. You
Absolutely.
need to
Yes,
make
we need
it
to,
reach
because-
at the best quality.
Exactly,
And
and these are a lot of what we have to offer too. So
yeah, Quebec also has a lot of fresh produce. I'm sure, which
Absolutely.
we can take advantage of the same chain.
exactly, exactly.
So, what fresh produce do you have from your region?
I mentioned before seafood, so that would
Yeah.
be if I want to sell some fresh lobster in India, the cold chain has to be
Correct.
very correct and efficient. So that's one. Now we do produce apples as well, or all sorts of fruits and meat as well. Meat could be frozen or fresh.
Okay.
Pork, for example, is a product that we sell all around the world. So that would be
Okay.
another product.
Okay. So, of these products which you named, like meat and,
Yes.
and fruits, fresh produce, as well as dried foodstuff, of these, which are the ones which you're already selling into India, which you already engaged the Indian consumer with? Which are the ones?
Cranberries and maple syrup are those that are, let's say, leading the way for us.
For the rest of the ones which you have not got the engagement yet, how are you going about?
We're starting. We're really we're selling all over the world, as I mentioned. The Indian market, for couldn't say exactly what reason, is not a market that was prioritized by that many companies, but more and more companies are looking into the Indian market, and as Quebec government, we want to make sure to work with them so that the doors can be open and they are able to find the right partners here in India.
Yeah, interesting, because Gurdeep, you mentioned that 80% of your produce goes to the United States,
Yes.
and the balance 20 for the rest of the world.
World is-
So, out of the rest of the world, how much of it comes to India?
Well, we are just on a starting point as such, because we hope that India would be a very good market in next 5 years down the line as such.
Okay.
And things are improving. Every year we find there's a growth coming in for each product as such.
Yeah.
We are trying to create trade awareness of some of the products as such, because importers are being aligned, I would say, to understand what products, I would say, Ontario can help, I would say they can source from there.
Okay.
And we find, because as I mentioned to you, we started with flex seeds, maple syrup, then I would say apple chips, we are working on that, and we get good response from the customers over here. And we are getting, because our importers are working regularly with the, I would say, the distributors and over here. And it's a regular business growing, I would say. Every year we see the growth coming in. And coming to Ahar, I would say it's always good, I would say, because we get a good response, I would say, from the consumers over here, the trade, and people are come aware about the products which are available from Ontario State as such.
Yeah, in fact, we had a panel discussion just before this with another set of Canadian gentlemen and ladies who were talking about from different provinces, and they were talking about how they're engaging with the chef community to promote their produce. So, do you also have some plan of similar engagement
Yes,
with?
we would be going in that, because now market access is there for some of the meat products as such. So that's with the food service industry we would like to work on.
Yeah.
So that's the strategy we would like to work on in the near future as such.
Yeah, because if you want to bring premium products,
Yes.
the way in is through this community, who are already being engaged by
Because
Indians.
our core areas, because food service area is also expanding in this country.
Yes.
So we'll be working with the food service industry also.
Correct, and they are an influencer
Yes.
at any cost. So, would you like to say anything else which maybe I have not asked, and which you have on your agenda to promote from Canada? Louis, you would like to say something?
What I can say, welcome everyone around the world. I understand who will
Yeah,
be watching
worldwide.
this,
Absolutely, this is a worldwide
this
audience.
video to come to Quebec and taste our food, and also see how beautiful the province is, the nature, the city are vibrant.
Yeah.
So I'd like to welcome everyone to come and see us and taste our food, go into the amazing restaurants they are around the province. So that would be something I'd like to say. Yeah.
Any last word from you?
Well, we would also like to invite, I would say, people into Ontario. Ontario has got a good, I would say, presence of food products as such. They can just have a look around, and they can source a lot of, I would say, healthy products, I would say, which are suitable for all age group, I would say, for the Indian consumers. And that's a big window, I would say. They're most welcome anytime, I would say.
Wonderful. So before we wrap up the show, two mandatory questions I need to ask everybody. One is that Ahar has grown. Ahar was 800 participants last year, and 1,000 plus this year. It's huge. It's grown in terms of per square meter coverage, and all statistics show that it's growing. When you grow, you also have growing pains. So what do you think has been the highlight, and what do you think I think first let me ask you, what do you think are the highlights?
Well, I would say I find Ahar is the main, I would say, food show in India, which has got a very good, I would say, a coverage from the food service industry, from the retailers, even from the, I would say, consumers as such, and it's a good, I would say, showcase to show your product as such.
Okay.
And I find because as Ontario has been participating for the 3 to 4 years now, and we see that there's a lot of interest, I would say, among the community over here to get engaged with the Ontario companies, I would say, to sourcing products.
Okay.
And I think this is a very good show for the I would say whole of India.
So Louis, how about you? What do you see in terms of size? How does it help you?
Yes, well, it is my first participation personally,
Okay.
and it is the first participation of the Quebec as a Quebec government. So what I can say first is by speaking with exhibitors that have been here a few years, everybody seems to agree that the trade show is getting better and better every year.
Okay.
Exhibitors are maybe more serious, good brands. The booths are looking nicer every year, and the visitors as well are, let's say, more interesting for us over the years. And we've experienced that during this week, being able to meet with many interesting either distributors, importers,
Okay.
or manufacturers from here in India. So it's been very positive
So
for us.
you're happy with it, but is there anything
Yes.
you would like to suggest to the people who organize it through this video, or what they can do their bit to improve it further? Anything you can suggest?
Well, I would say it's a well organized show as such.
Okay.
And I really appreciate what they're doing up as such. And it's basically food people are coming together as such to cover up the industry, because that's a
And
good thing.
one more thing which we've done this year is have a very big social media initiative, so as to expand just from the, as we say, brick and mortar, not just the exhibition grounds, but your exhibition and your mandate to promote your products goes beyond the exhibition grounds through the social media. So we have, like on the Facebook, we are doing active promotion. Even more active is on Twitter. The Canadian Commissioner actually tweeted, and in fact, he's part of our Twitter handle on a regular basis. We
Very
you
good.
know,
That's
good
good.
engagement with Canadian delegates. So, and then we have on the YouTube, we are setting up a channel which will have this video as well as some of the others we have shot. A lot of content being promoted, and we are marketing that. We are ensuring that this content does not just lie in one place, but gets distributed, and people share it across, so that the audience across the globe can see opportunities in India. So what do you think of that social initiative?
That's a very good initiative, I would say, because it will connect more people towards the Indian market as such, and it will help, I would say, in building the business in this country.
What about you, Louis? How do you think that as an initiative?
Well, for sure, it is. It is very important these days to be present on the internet a little bit everywhere, and for these types of event, for exhibitions, probably the best seller is the word of mouth.
Correct.
So more people will be able to say that it is a good show. Will be able to share their experience. More people will come, and better the show will become. So it is definitely a good initiative.
Great. So thank you so much for coming to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
We have had a great time talking about the various opportunities that Canada offers to Indian business people and consumers.
Perfect.
With that, we wrap up the show, and see you next time in the next section. This is Vijay from Ahar 2016 Studios.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.